Everyone I know in the New York area has brushed up against the American Mafia at one time or another. Most were unaware of it. Over the greater part of the 20th century and into the new millennium, the Mafia, aka the Cosa Nostra, and the mob generated a toxic effect on the lives of all New Yorkers and untold millions of Americans from coast to coast, surreptitiously rifling our pockets and damaging our overall quality of life. Much of the nation unwittingly subsidized in myriad ways the nation's 5 most powerful and traditional Cosa Nostra organized crime gangs, all based in New York, who prefer the warmer title of families. From their New York headquarters, the families collectively created a vast domain, establishing outposts along the East Coast and in plum spots in Florida, California, and elsewhere. One of their sweetest financial coups was pioneering the secret acquisitions of big-time casinos in Las Vegas, converting a drowsy desert town into an international gambling mecca. Unquestionably, the gangs known as the Bonnano, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families evolved into the reigning giants of the underworld. For decades, they alone possessed the authority and veto power to dominate many of the country's other mafia organizations, reducing some to virtual satellites. New York, the Cosa Nostra's crown jewel, supported them through indirect mob taxes on the purchases of clothing and basic foods like vegetables, fruit, fish, and meat. They siphoned handsome illegal profits when drivers filled up at gasoline pumps. They controlled waterfront commerce in the country's largest port. They preyed on our garbage, inflating the cost of discarding every piece of refuse from homes and work sites. They cashed in on a billion-dollar construction industry, extracting payoffs from major government and private projects, ranging from courthouses to suburban housing tracts, apartment complexes, hospitals, museums, and skyscrapers. They even profited from their arch law enforcement enemies by squeezing kickbacks from the builders of new FBI offices, police headquarters, and prisons. The human cost of the Mafia's depredations and plunder is incalculable. Their chieftains were directly responsible for the widespread introduction of heroin into cities of the East and Midwest in the late 1950s and early 60s. Other less organized criminal groups, witnessing the enormous profits spawned by drug trafficking, followed in their footsteps. But it was the Cosa Nostra's greed for narcotics dollars that accelerated crime rates, law enforcement corruption, and the erosion of inner-city neighborhoods in New York and throughout the United States.